Overhead surround's quiet at the moment. That's height number 2 middle, which is directly overhead. It's kind of disappointing, actually. In this day and age of stereo, the sound is only outputting from dog number 2, which is centre middle. So there's nothing on the left or right. There's no stereo imaging. It's just totally like a mono sound object. Oh dear, that doesn't make sense. That really doesn't. It sounds like, Baby's listening to mono. Maybe he is. Maybe Baby listens to mono. Maybe all the sound mixes are mono. And there's no other output going to height number 1 or height number 3. It's quiet. I think just to hear a bloody sound object just panned overhead, that's mono. And elsewhere in the mix, it's going to be like stereo. Seriously. That is only outputting on dog number 2. Which, most people would think it's stereo. Oh, I hear a helicopter overhead. But that was still in, I think this is I think this is just an overrated movie. Totally overrated. And it's starting to bore me. I mean, seriously, just to listen to some mono overhead, and I think an overrated director, overrated actors in it, overrated story, overrated acting, stunts. I saw it on the laptop a couple of nights ago. Of course, only stereo, tiny little speakers, on a laptop, and I don't know why I bought the movie. I mean, I think this is one for the cat litter. This is definitely one heading for the cat litter. For the pitiful overhead surround. And the movie, all this nonsense with directors, movie stars, premiere, and then suddenly you get the camera on someone and it's like, oh yeah, this is immersive storytelling movie, blah, 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 blah. Seriously. Seriously, that one gets the cat litter. I mean, if Star Wars with Dolby Stereo in 1978 February can knock my socks off with, didn't really. With the overhead speakers in the cinema, the leftover from Cinerama 70mm. That was premiered, I think, with Ice Station Zebra. That doesn't mean the movie had overhead surround. It only meant that the designers at that time kind of like fitted the surround speakers into the ceiling overhead. 6 of them. So you got like a circular ceiling. I've shown a video before of this auditorium, the Gaumont Odeon, Screen 1 Bournemouth Cinerama. You know, Cinerama was kaput by 1970 or so, so 35 was installed. And when I saw Star Wars there, when I was, well, gosh, around February, around February 78, it was like, wow, that started. I didn't know any of that. I hear this sound, but it didn't really wow me or anything, because I didn't get wowed by sound until the 1980s, when I took more interest. I had other interest in the early days, like drawing and such. So this movie is still playing with a bloody mono overhead. This is just bloody despicable. So maybe baby's listening to mono, yeah, and his overhead's bloody little budsy in his bloody ears overhead. You know, and now you got total silence. Well, he has got tinnitus like myself. So yeah, I mean, more bloody overhead mono. Literally in dog number two. Oh, looks like the other channels are active now a little bit, but let's have a look at the levels. Got to scroll down very slow. If you go down very quick on this Denon, it goes, and if you try and stop it, it still goes. And it's a bit also, it's got a bug. It can go glitchy where suddenly the whole screen just gets corrupted and just goes into a total mess, and you've got to shut and the AVR goes into a lockdown, and you've got to restart the AVR. Whoever designed the menu layout and designed this, it needs to be fired. It is despicable. Right. I'm going to turn that down. I'll turn that down. I don't know if I did see something active in the height number 3. Not sure if I did see something active, but it could have been just signal noise ratio. More mono overhead. So if you're going to think you're going to... Okay, there's a little bit of echo here. All right, I'm going to turn it back up again because this movie's just pathetic. So if I purposely boost it up 12 plus minus 12 on the other, yeah, sure, I hear sound going over to the other, but that's just misbalancing everything. So I'll just put everything equal. But it's just echo reverberant in mono overhead. So I could go to... Let's see, I'm not sure if it shows up clear here. So there, that signal indicates the, because just like Dolby EX, I'm turning this around the other way. I'm turning the tables around. Oh, whoa, the cat feeder. Oh, looks like magic. Got to the cat feeder just in time. Bear's trying to give the defence, trying to get the cat food biscuit out of Magic's mouth. Whoa, Magic's holding up. Oh, no, oh, whoa, it looks like, oh, yeah, Bear tries to get a little, and just gets 1 or 2 biscuits. And he missed 1 biscuit there, Bear. Oh, you got it. Whoa, that was quick on the spot, Madge. That was quick on the spot. It's usually Bear gets to it quick, doesn't he? But there, that's the signal. It's only going up to my height number 2. Or dog number 2. Dog number 2. This is pathetic. Who mixed this bloody movie? This is absolutely appalling. Oh, is this what the director wanted? Bloody hell, maybe the director's got inverted hearing, huh? And he only hears in mono. It's just pathetic. You know, this is supposed to wow you right from the bloody beginning of the movie. This is just a total overrated load of rubbish, which I wouldn't even give it a 0. You know why? I've seen the same cliche before. I mean, there's another movie that's totally mono. I think it was called The Driver, Ryan Neal. And then there was another one that's kind of almost based on that, and it was called Driver. Or Driver, I think it was called Drive or something. Yeah, Drive, with that actor who was in that dreadful Blade Runner Part 2 and the unnecessary movie. But this is just more the same. It's just another, just a different style of, but it's the same cliche. Okay, this bit here.
Holy calamity, scream insanity! Are you ever going to be the
It's a little bit panned over.
There he is.
Went a little bit.
Hey, baby. You know he was back, huh? Have you seen this kid move? Oh, yeah, I see. I think Doc likes having him around because he can park in a disabled spot by the bank.
Load of dialogue now.
Got some shit wrong with his ears tonight.
Anyway, you gotta listen to music 24 hours a day.
In dog number, right in the dog number 1.
You know who else does the exact same thing and does the exact same thing? Barbara Streisand.
Oh, and William Shatner. Oh, and myself as well. Yeah, I got tinnitus.
You know the fucking thing about Barbara fucking Streisand?
Hey, watch your mouth. What lady you're talking to?
Yeah.
And oh my goodness, hang on, what's going on here now in the mix? Yeah, you hear immersive rain that magically comes down from such a narrow spot in the sky, and it's just raining down in the most incredible way. I mean, it's literally dog number 1. Why do I say dog? Dog number 1's up there. Dog number 2, dog number 3. Sorry. I know my system. I just have a little bit of this memory blockage sometimes. But really, why the heck's the rain just right there and it's not widespread? Bloody hell. All they have to use is that thing on the mixer. Widen this sound image. Well, if you take stereo, you could put it there, and then you can just use the controls on the mix. You can make it sound mono, or you can widen it out So it goes a little bit wider and then wider, and you can put it stupid ridiculously wide. But you might get crosstalk then. Crosstalk snags, I guess. Oh, that's just dreadful, the way some of that music's coming in now. Oh, looks like it. I'm not sure where that's coming in at. No. I think it was. Hang on. Where's that located at? I'm not sure if that was coming in on... Seemed like it came in on height 1 or height 3, but couldn't see any indication there. Oh, this is interesting. Oh, this is interesting. Well, that's a first. Go to the THX amplifier kitchen. So that's dog number 2. Okay. So how the scene in the movie was should come up a little bit higher. I just saw a little flicker before I came in. There we go. Now that is very rare. That is very, very rare. What's going on in there is the signal is inverted. If anyone knows how Dolby Stereo 44 works, then yeah. But that is rare, because I was thinking for a moment, wait, the sound is very diffused in a certain way. But that's still a mono signal, don't forget. Let's go into the extra channels. Because my overheads, or I designed them so they are not 6, height 1, height 2, height 3, but not with 6 overheads. What is my cat bear doing? Oh. Looks like it's getting utilised a little bit here. It's getting a little bit utilised, but still nothing in the other channels. They're totally quiet. Looks like that very oddly got a little bit utilised. So I heard it in the room. Let's go and have a listen. So I know where the signal's going here. Now it's being utilised from the below surround to the overhead, and it's panning a little bit. Oh well, maybe it is full of a bit of a surprise, but you've got to wait until you get more or less near to the end of the blooming movie. The music there is still playing on the below surround. A little bit of overhead there. So that's going in a little bit of stereo. So I'm hearing a slightly different musical instrument below me, because there's I'm not sure if the mixers were even knowing what they were doing here, or even trying to achieve. But it is possible. Okay. Could turn the levels up a little bit on the control ones, or the the output to the amplifier. I think this is driving my cat bear nuts. Like that music that's gone down in the below surround now matrix is a little bit soft. It's gone totally back to mono overhead. Going a bit wide stereo, bit of a sound panning there overhead. So suddenly a little bit of sound panning going on. You see, if you can input the signals, the height channels, if you can design it, think it through and so forth, and trial tests and such, you know, I'm not sure if that is what, you know, probably have to figure that out. I mean, it could be a fluke. It could be a fluke. The mixers didn't know, you know, they're probably trying certain different, you know, effects, and they're mixing it in, and the encoder captures the signal, and then, you know, back to decoding. But in an actual dub stage or such, I don't think they would have heard it below, because they got no speakers for they got no extra decoders on there to expand it, much less Dolby Labs' own screening room or Skywalker Sound or any of that. I think the baby driver kind of drove my cat bear a little bit crazy. He's just a greedy tomcat. He's just a greedy tom. Now everything's going to mono, you know. Well, you know, you'd hear ambient sounds and such, and reflectivities. You know, in an apartment like that, you would hear reflectivities and such. And cut to the end credit, and it's back to mono overhead. Julian Slater supervising. Julian Slater supervising, sound editor. And I believe when I saw in the credits, this was, I think, mixed at Twickenham Film Studios. That's where I got all my JBL 8330 Mark IIs from. But still, okay, I'll probably give this movie a rating of maybe a 1. There's too many movies out there that are all like all this, and they're all the same cliche. But I don't know what to give it for the for height number 2, sir. Height number 2, really, because that kind of bit of a surprise, because not often would I see Julian Slater also mixer Tim Cavaghan re-recording mixer, if I pronounced his name right. Twickenham Film Studio down there. Twickenham Film Studio. So where it utilises a little bit is that bank robbery scene where it all goes wrong.
Was he slow? No. Good. Hit it. Devil behind the wheel. Was he slow?
I could have done a little bit more with this, rather than too much directly.
Was he slow? Was he slow? Behind the wheel. Was he slow?
Gosh, that doesn't do that.
Was he slow?
So that's that.